As authorities in Memphis prepare to release the video that has been described by those who have seen it as excessive and appalling, many are weighing in on the decision whether or not to watch it. Dr. Sheila Raja is a clinical psychologist and professor. She joins us this morning. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
You know, there's some people say, you know, we have not seen the video yet, but we can only imagine that it's pretty bad if there's all this talk about it. Some say that when you release these videos that it is a deterrent and people should know what has happened. But talk about the ramifications of that.
Right. You know, it's really like we're walking a balance here. From a trauma standpoint, we do know that, you know, watching these kinds of videos leads to what we call vicarious trauma, especially for Black and brown people, and that these kinds of things have not only mental health effects, but physical health effects, especially for historically marginalized people, young people who continually watch this kind of stuff. So it's a really difficult decision, but it's also something that I think we have to take really seriously in terms of the mental health effects here.
And with many young people having access to cell phones, it's nearly impossible to shield this video from them. So what is your advice for parents as their children are exposed to these videos?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if we can talk to our kids about limiting themselves, which, you know, nobody's very good at, but I think we have to shift the dialogue to, instead of continually watching these videos, potentially talking about, can we focus on our empathy and building empathy for each other about how is the family affected? How are victims affected when things like this happen? Because what happens is when we keep on watching this kind of violent imagery, especially if we're not in a community directly affected, we desensitize to it because we numb out. It's too painful to watch. And then when it's too painful, we say, we don't want to think about it. We don't want to talk about it. And then we can never make any systematic change. I mean, and that's the thing. Our young people, I think, want to see us be able to have a solution to this kind of, you know, continued brutality.
Well, you can find more at SheilaRaja.com. Sheila, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.